Hey, I'm Alita with Lily on the Thames, and today I'm going to show you how to make a wrist corsage. Alright, I think it's important to mention for this project, this is not the way florists do it. We use a different technique, but I find that this way is easiest for DIY brides. It's just as beautiful, it's just as functional, and it's a great way to save you some stress and some time. We're gonna start with our floral wristlet. It's gonna be on the wrist later, and all the flowers are gonna be on top. What we're gonna do first is using this U-glue strip that you get in your supplies and tools package on our website. You're gonna cut it in half. The stuff is sticky, so you're gonna take off one half of the paper and you're gonna place it onto the center of your wristlet. It's not gonna fit perfectly, but we're just gonna try and get it as close as we can to the center. Press it on there, and then you're going to take that second piece of tape off. Then what we're gonna do is, using sprigs of greenery, you're going to get 2 sprigs of greenery, and you're gonna place them covering up the corsage wristlet. One on one side, one on the other side, and press down firmly. So we've got that on there. You can still see some of your wristlet, you can still see some metal, that's okay, we're gonna cover it up. Using your hot glue gun now, what you're gonna wanna do is get the greenery base covering all of the metal on your wristlet. So I'm gonna use my glue gun here, using a little bit of hot glue and placing it on the piece there. Careful, this stuff's hot. A little bit of glue on it. All right, so now I've got my base. I've got some really secure pieces of greenery on there. They're not going anywhere. And once I know that the greenery is secure, I'm gonna place my focal flower. So I'm using ranunculus for this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the stem off of this ranunculus using my bunch cutters, so that it's just the base head of the flower. And then I'm going to add a lot of hot glue, so we don't want this baby going anywhere. Add my hot glue, and then I'm gonna place it in the center of that greenery, and making sure that it's as close to the center of the base of the metal on your wristlet. I want the glue to penetrate those layers of greenery and make sure that flower bud isn't gonna come off all day. So I'm gonna let that dry. Honestly, they could wear it like this. It's beautiful as is. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some flower buds and some wax flower to just spice it up a bit, make it even prettier. All right, so you can add as many flowers to this as you want, but I like clean and simple lines, so I like it as is, just pretty, simple, dainty. You are gonna wanna store this overnight in a hydration chamber, which all that fancy word means is a Ziploc container with a very lightly damped paper towel and a tight-fitting lid. And you can put that in the fridge overnight, just not touching any of the fridge walls, and that will store really nicely for a next day wedding. You can make this one day in advance since it's not in a water source, and then you just lay it in there, put the lid on, put it in the fridge, and give it to mom tomorrow.